Okay, we may be back. Let's see how we get on this time around. Hopefully, we'll be okay. Right. Lighting will be good. There we go. Oh, that's bright. Lights that are bright? What's that about? Okay, we've got audio. Sweet. Okay, we're back. I've updated my driver, my GPU driver. I also checked the game settings again. And what I found, I think the issue is the global illumination. Because we have this with Nightingale. You can turn the global illumination quality up and it looks great. But your frames take a massive hit because of it. So you've got to turn that down to get your frames back. So it removes the darkness from the game, unfortunately, but it runs better. So that's what I've done. I've changed my settings to what you see on screen. You know, most of it's on high, not all the way epic. TSR is off. DLSS is on performance. We are windowed full screen. Texture quality medium. Anti-aliasing is on low, just to try and keep the frames, you know, up and nice. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we'll be okay with that. I personally don't think it was a driver update that we needed. I think we needed to look at the global illumination like we did with Nightingale. So we are back anyway. Live stream 1. And hopefully we'll be okay. Hopefully we can play this without it being all janky or jittery or whatnot. I do think that global illumination does need more work. It can look great, but if it doesn't perform well, then, you know, what's looks without substance? You know? Right. Only one frame to start with. Where are we? Oh yeah, I quit the game in a different position to where I last was. Okay, we've got 15 frames. We'll just let the game load in for starters. I mean, it breaks all the immersion, really, doesn't it, if the game has to load in as you stand around waiting. So that's something that, you know, needs to be sorted out on the developer side, I guess. But yeah, it looks like it's loaded in. Yeah, we're big stutter there. But we're about 40 frames, between 40 and 50 frames. Another stutter there as well. So this is what the game's looking like. It looks very washed out, if I'm honest. If I could put a reshader on it myself, then maybe that would attribute to a better looking game. Because if you put on global illuminations, your game's going to look better, but it's not going to run well. We'll put it up to epic, and obviously it looks better. More depth into the shadows and whatnot. But we're running at 36 frames. But if we go into a new area, that's when it starts to cause real problems. We're at 30 now. 28, 25. 23. 27, so in around the 20s and 30 now-ish. I've been down here already. You know what? There's a piece of paper that I missed, actually. I'll go back and get... You know what? There's loads of stuff I've missed. So if it's got yellow on it, pick it up, basically, is what I'm seeing from this game. Right, where was that note? There was a note around here. I just missed it. Yeah, look. Okay. Follow the cable car line. We'll give it a go. We'll see how we get on. Obviously, maxed out the global illumination, so I'm expecting it to be buggy and stuff around the corners and stuff. I'd like it not to, but... well, we'll see. That thing. Okay. Actually running quite nicely in here. If it was a driver update, I'd love that because it'd be fixed. we wouldn't encounter any more issues. And that sounds like a wonderful thing to happen. But we'll see. Couple of bugs up here, okay. Last thing you want to do is go into a new area and it's just unplayable, you know? So, we'll see. Dropped into 20s again there. Five minutes. Oof. Okay. 17 frames. Jesus. Dead. Good. It died. I will survive. Kill 5 different enemies. Oh, yeah.
Gets your juices flowing.
Some serum effects will give you special skills that you can use in battle. The serum skills will be assigned to the quick use wheel in the lower right corner of the screen. Oh, down here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and Z. Right. We've got 27 frames right there. Let's see. If we change our illumination, it's going to make the game all washed out. I know. I understand that. But we need the frames so we can play the game. 35. No. We've got 5 extra frames. We're at 33. Three frames, 9 frames, 20 frames, 25 frames, 28 frames. It's such a shame because this has cool. This has got cool potential written all over it. Yes, cool potential. We're in a menu. We're getting 20 frames. Right. Well. We're only losing 5 frames to get, you know, epic illumination, so I might as well keep that on. Two frames. Oh. It's not playable. As sad as it is, because I want it to be playable, but it's not. That's what we all want it to be playable, don't we? Drops down to 14 frames. Right, well, we've got enemies here. Let's see how our frames fare against... No! Oh, God, 4. It's stabilised. Whoa, look at that. I did a thing. I grounded it. Rooted it. That's cool. That's pretty cool. 17 frames. Oh, hello. Oh, you got another one. Okay. 1? No, I can't press 1 on it. Oh, there we go. 20 frames. $17 frames, 10 frames. I'll fight another dog. Oh, I've got 2 dogs to fight. Oh, we are running away. 8 frames. I'm only mentioning it when it gets low frames. Like really low frames. 12 frames. 21. Can we go in there? I don't know. Place I need to go? I died. You have died! I want this game to do well, because it's got a cool idea behind it. You've got this time trap, and then there's mutated enemies out there, and there's serums that can give you sort of Bioshock style abilities and that kind of thing. I want this game to be playable, but it's not on my machine. It might be different on other machines, but I can't really be in a position to recommend this game or endorse it if I've not seen it working, you know. So, yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to leave it there because it doesn't work for us. Damn it. That's a shame. Because I've got a sponsored stream and stuff, you know? So it's like, it's going to be, it's difficult to put together a stream and that a game doesn't work, you know? And then being able to play it and live stream at the same time, obviously, is slightly different requirements than just playing the game. But yeah. There's been a few new games that I just haven't got on well with when it comes to streaming. Delta Force, Grey Zone. Grey Zone doesn't even play well. SERUM. Nightingale was a little bit like that as well. But with Nightingale, I could turn down the settings enough for it to work. You know, frames wise, it was okay. It was manageable at 30 frames. You know, I'd like it at 60. I'd love it at 60. But let's have a look at the Nightingale game engine. I think that's Unreal as well. Unreal 5 as well. Yeah, it's just the Unreal Engine 5. It's not really very compatible with my setup, and it might just be that. It might be my setup. It might just be, I don't know, Unreal Engine 5 issues. So the first post is Unreal Engine. And it's issues.unrealengine.com, and it's, you know, bug tracking and stuff. The second one is forums.unrealengine.com, and the post is called Why Unreal Engine 5 Has Too Many Issues. I believe Unreal Engine 5 should be called as preview or something. Okay. It crashes a lot. What are the drawbacks? Resource intensive. Yeah, well, yeah, it's understandable. Reddit's posting, why is Unreal Engine 5 experience so glitchy? It feels like that's the case across the board. Let's have a read of this. This is from a year ago. I have decent experience as a professional programmer working on enterprise, mostly Java projects, and I'm trying to learn Unreal Engine 5. I keep stumbling on the same problems and can't figure out how to solve them. It's really hard to follow tutorials because Unreal Engine doesn't act the same as in the video I'm following. This is more of a programming position, isn't it? Yeah, so that's not from a game perspective, like a gaming perspective. Some games based on Unreal Engine 5 have experienced issues, including stuttering, animation issues, and other bugs. Silent Hill 2, Nanite Landscape, loading blueprint, generated assets. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but okay. The rest of the game is playing perfectly fine. The error code seems to point the problem to the memory, but even after 2-hour memory test, you found no abnormality. Unfortunately, we don't know much about the internal error codes of the Unreal Engine, which is a Windows error code. This one, and this is Microsoft trying to figure it out. Why are Unreal Engine games so laggy? Unreal Engine is a high-fidelity engine that demands significant computational power. If your hardware doesn't meet the recommended specifications, you may experience lag. Solution: upgrade your hardware to meet or exceed Unreal's recommended system requirements. Right, so let's see. SERUM game requirements. So minimum requirements are an AMD Ryzen 5 2600X. I've got 2700X, so we're above that. 12 gigabytes of RAM. Well, we've got 32 gigabytes of RAM. A GTX 1070, which we've got a 2070. And additional notes: low settings, 1080p at 30 frames a second. The CPU must support at least the SSE3 instruction set. Yeah, we know. We got like 7 frames at one point. I get that we're also running OBS, but yeah. Recommended specs are the AMD Ryzen 5 3600X with 16 gig of RAM and a 3060 Ti. So there you go, I suppose. Unfortunately, the game doesn't work too well. See Nightingale, because we've just played that recently. And that was okay. We had to turn some of the settings down on that one as well. It's another one that's obviously working with Unreal. So let's take a look at that before we leave off. So for that one, recommended graphics is 2060 Super. Okay. So we've got that one anyway. 16 gigabytes of RAM, we've got that as well. That's why it runs a bit better, I suppose. So what was the requirements for SERUM in terms of graphics? Recommended. 3060 Ti. Okay. I think what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to look at recommended specs and make sure that I have that before I attempt a new game, because I'm picking up games that are newer than, you know, the ones that we've been used to and have not been playing too well. So yeah, unfortunately, until SERUM becomes better suited for my setup and so on, we're not going to be able to play that one. I would like to cover it at some point, but obviously it's not really playable with the current setup. So unfortunately, we're going to have to say no to that one. So yeah. Anyway, I don't have anything else planned for today. So check out my YouTube videos, which are out. I think one is out tomorrow and then the following day. Let's have a look. There's 2 task videos from Tarkov, basically. I might have to remove these live streams because as sponsored streams, I don't think it's very good to say, oh yeah, the game's unplayable. So I'm not sure on that. But it's a very raw piece of content, isn't it? Our perspective here right now. So videos, yeah, I've got one scheduled for tomorrow and I've got one scheduled for the 24th. So yeah, look out for those. If you remember, you can watch them now. But anyway, I'm out of here. Unfortunately, we couldn't do SERUM. I'd like to have been able to do that, you know, put in a 4-hour shift and get into the game and sort of, but it was not to be, technical limitations and all that. So yeah. Yeah, be back sometime in the week. I'm quite busy tomorrow, so I'm not sure yet. But yeah. I've realised that there's two careers at once if you're a content creator. There's a talent side of things, which is when you're in front of the camera, and then there's the producer side of things when you're behind the camera doing all the work. Right now I'm working as talent, but obviously technical limitations means that we have to cut this short, and then I have to go back to being a producer and figure out the next bits and pieces behind the scenes, you know, whether you're setting up your next opportunity, whether you're setting up your next content or whatnot, and you're scheduling your time and so on. So you've got to be a creative writer to plan things, and then also you've got to come in front of the camera and be the talent as well. So yeah. Not sure the next time I'll be talent, but I am doing a bunch of producing in the background, so bear that in mind. Content will be drip fed to you lot as and when it's made. I'm also looking to start my Blue Sky account with which is going to be focused on just music. So it's just going to be my music stuff. I'm already starting to sort of situate it in a way that does that. I'm sharing music that I'm listening to, and then I'm going to be generating music at some point and chucking it up there. So that's where you'll get that. If you want my profile, it is available in the chat, and hopefully it won't be as toxic as Twitter is. And down the line, you know, we can get our music on and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here. That's enough for me. Take care of yourselves. I'll catch you very soon with a game that's hopefully a little bit more reliable. I'll see you soon.